It's Friday, April the 3rd, and we are in the Harrison Gallery at the Harrison Center. And normally this room would be filled with people as it's First Friday, but not this month. The building is closed. It's only open for essential workers. That includes journalists and the construction team that's doing some work here. So that's how we got in. My videographer, Scott, is staying 6 feet away from me. And normally, when we would come into a gallery like this to see the work, we'd be talking in person with the artist. Well, in a way, we're going to be able to do that. On the phone, I have Emma Overman, and this is her show for April called The Great Outdoors. Emma, how are you and your family doing?
We are mostly doing well. I tend to work a lot from home, and so this has been little change for me other than having an 8-year-old here full time.
A helper. Everybody needs a helper. And I think this could be your consummate show, Emma, because you do like to work in contrasts. And boy, if there was ever a month of contrast, it would be the months leading up to this show in April. And another interesting element is it's called The Great Outdoors.
Yeah, I came up with that title. Well, I decided I wanted to do a show that featured spring back when I heard that April would be my month. And I have always felt that a spring show, like early spring when the flowers are blooming, that's just a lovely time. And to tie that in with the art.
It made perfect sense, and it still does, because we're going to get a look at it. Now, one of the big pieces here, it's called Everywhere. And you told me, and it's very obvious when you look at your paintings, there are really always characters in your paintings, but not in this one.
Yes. The idea for that one was to have a girl and a dog from the back, like they are looking up at this expansive sky. And I got the largest panels I could. I could barely fit them into my van. They are 4 feet by 8 feet each to make the largest piece that I could make of just a very large starry sky. And I wanted it to feel like it just kept going and going.
And it does.
It's a totally different feel without the characters. That was one of the pieces I was feeling very good about. It was just a matter of finishing it up with those characters, and they were quarantined, and it never got done. It will be done at some point, but I'm uncertain when that can happen.
In the meantime, it's beautiful, and we can see the spot where the girl and the dog are ready to lay down and see the stars. But you were busy. You were very busy. And in the back side of the gallery, we kind of walk into this color wonderland of these beautiful jades and bright oranges and these gorgeous colors on this painting called Setting Out on Old Blue. And you told me this is one of your favorites in the show. Why is that?
For me, I rarely have a very specific idea in my head and follow it through from idea to completion. And in this case, I had a blue horse silhouette in my mind, and just kind of to balance him out. You have a flat. I like having a flat silhouette area and then outlined areas with the plants and then the bright spots of color with those gnomes. So for me, it's one of the contrast pieces that has the dark environment and then the little, jewels of characters set there in it.
And we have that same beautiful jewel tone in this piece here called September with this gorgeous jade green in an exquisite frame, by the way.
Thank you. I always love the bubble glass. I don't put glass over any paintings unless it is bubble glass, the convex glass that curves towards you. It feels like it's its own little world inside to me, and it seems to give a whole different feel to the art.
And you used to paint a lot in color, and then you kind of went through more of a darker period, and the colors are back, and we noticed that everywhere, including in this September. And then some of the other pictures also have names of the month. And there's a reason for that, including this adorable bright pinks with the chick and the little drummers in March.
Yes, I have made a calendar the past 3 years around Christmas time, and they've gone over pretty well. And I had plans to do it again this year. I thought, well, for this show, initially, I was going to do all 12 months, and that kind of got scaled back a little bit. not having anything to do with the virus. Other things were scaled back because of the virus, but this was just, I had too many ideas, so some of them had to muscle each other out. But I did want to cover some of the months, and I think I have about 5 month titled pieces in this show.
You do, and people are going to be able to get to them online and see them. Emma's going to be posting them as time goes on, but right now this is the only virtual look in the gallery that everybody at home is going to get. And Emma, you show your work all over the country. You have fans everywhere, and they love the way that you do this contrast of reality and kind of fantasy. We always feel good after we look at your paintings, even if they look a little foreboding at first, including this just absolutely stunning 6-piece called Native Guide with teals and greens and oranges and a beautiful gold fleck that is picking up the brilliance of the sunshine streaming through the Harrison Gallery window. Tell us about this painting.
Thank you. I've done several pieces that had tree scenes broken up in different panels. The first time I did this, it was the idea that when you look into a forest, your vision is broken up because there are tree trunks. So it seems to lend itself to making an image in multiple pieces. So I've done several over the years. Actually, my first one was in 2005. And it's always a little girl wandering through, and she encounters something, always goes from top left to bottom right. And in this case, she's making a new friend there in the woods. So I like things to be open to interpretation, but that's the way I see it. She's just made a friend.
And this one may be finished and it may not be finished, correct?
There are trees in the background that don't yet have all of their leaves. Just some little details, all a matter of time management in the past month that went a little awry. That one I'm very happy with how it is going, but it still has just a little few things here and there left to do.
I think it's intriguing the way it is. Like you said, it leads it up to our imagination to find what we want to find in the painting, as we do with all art. And Emma, we thank you so much for making time with us on the phone virtually. And people, where can they go to be able to see the rest of the show and to get those calendars and to continue to support your art?
I have a website at emmaoverman.com. Well, at the time we are taping this, we do not have the show up yet at this point, but we will have it later in the evening, and we will have links to the Harrison Center and how things could be purchased if somebody would like one. But just getting to see it online, I think, is very nice, because other than that online show, as far as I know, you filming there today, that is the one look into this show that people are going to have.
Well, we appreciate the look, and we hope all of you at home appreciated it as well. Remember to get out there, support your artists, even though they're not able to show their work in buildings and galleries right now. Virtually everybody has got an online show somewhere or with the organization that they are with. Indy keeps creating. Emma, you keep creating, and we hope to see you in person very, very soon. Stay well.
Thank you. You too.
Stay well, folks.